What's up, guys? Alpha Byte Games here to talk about Call of Duty World at War for the PC. We've all probably played or at least heard of any Call of Duty games, right? But in my opinion, all of them suck donkey balls compared to World at War. Even newer Call of Duties don't even have the same capabilities compared to World at War. So first, let's dive into the single player. The single player campaign is a little story driven, but not as story driven as Call of Duty Black Ops, but hell, the Call of Duty games aren't really meant for the story either. I really don't really want. I just don't want to go into this. So, let's just skip through that. Let's really dive into why we really buy these games. We buy them for the multiplayer. Ever since multiplayer's been available for first person shooters, it's the only thing we really buy for them, right? So, I bought this game mainly for the multiplayer, being one of the most revolutionary of all the Call of Duties, in which included new game modes such as zombies, war, and some other increasingly fun game modes that I've experienced. Even user created game modes as well. The most iconic thing about World at War is its large modding support for the game. A lot of mods are out there for Call of Duty World at War because the source was easy to crack or something like that. Um, but with the source easy to crack, it's a lot easier to pirate the game, which a lot already have, but Steam really will get onto that. Many mods come into play, from custom maps, zombie maps, game modes, weapons, and also hacks, which are frowned upon by the World at War community. No one really wants an aimbotter, even though I have aimbot, but I usually disable it nowadays. The most fun, in my opinion, are the zombie maps, which I've played a lot now. I've downloaded a lot of zombie maps, and they're really, really fun, especially training. It's ones I use the most. Um, what you are watching now is gameplay for one of my favorites, called Training. Now, I suggest you looking for mods that are UGX because of some maps you're going to have to load it into the console in many different steps that I don't like to do. So there are some bugs to the game, like usually if you leave the window uh, without fully closing the game or something like that, you're really gonna fuck it up, and you're gonna have to go all over that shit. Thankfully for me, I have a second monitor and I usually open Task Manager on it just in case, and it usually works. Just go onto your second monitor and click it off. Mainly because I'm a developer and I really need a second monitor for multitasking. Um, Another great thing about Call of Duty World at War is how non-demanding hardware wise. I've been playing this on my laptop because my desktop is too outdated, and my new desktop is shipping to my house in like a week or so. Um, I said a week or so, but it's actually coming in a couple of days. I'm sorry about that. You'll really be seeing a huge graphic, graphically increasing quality in my videos when I get it in a couple of days. Um, but when recording, it can lag a bit, but it runs surprisingly well with my Intel Core i3 3110M and my 4 gigs of RAM and Intel Graphics 4000 chip. And I love this game and the community around it. Hopefully you can buy this game due to the Steam sale coming up. If you want to buy it now, it's like $15. I give the game an 8.5 out of 10 due to its problems. I mean, the controls aren't that bad. The only thing that I hate is when you're playing like zombies or something and you accidentally press T instead of F, and then all of a sudden you're like sitting there wondering why you're not moving, and then you look at the chat and then you're like and then you're typing WASD WASD, but not anymore. For me, I would buy it even though it's $15 and it seems overpriced for a game that's 5 years old. But you want to know what? It's still a really good game, and it's very underestimated. No wonder there's still a small. There's like usually there's 600 to 1,000 people online all the time, and it's a surprisingly I would say it's a surprisingly big community, especially on PC, because you look on Xbox, usually people just play, there's like 3,000 people playing at once, but when you look on here, there's only like 1,000 people, but it's still surprising because it's PC, and also, it's just how big the modding community actually is. So you can just go online and find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of zombie mods, hacks, and whatever. I've already found 6 zombie maps. You can consult my friend Gordon online. He's DJ Spiderbite if you want to find that out. I really want to make this community bigger than it is because I really want to give this game recognition on how good it still is. I mean, people still play Gary's mod, and that came out in 2004. And why do people play it? Because it's still really freaking fun. And it's the same thing with World at War, except you need more people to play it with. So I highly suggest that you buy the game and you just play it. I mean, there's nothing else to it. I mean, you need to know a little bit of knowledge on how to do this and that. And if you want to start up a server, it's not like in the console version. Also, there is one more thing. If you are transferring to console, or if you just play console and you got this PC, it can still run it. I mean, if you don't have like an Intel Pentium processor and you have an Intel Core processor that came out within the past year or two, you're good. You don't even need anything else. Just go out and buy it. And I highly suggest if you know C++ and you're very fluent in graphics APIs such as DirectX, I really suggest that you learn how the coding in this game and make more mods for it. I really want to make this community rich as it still is. I mean, people are porting things like Call of Duty, Black Ops weapons, and like modern weapons that are attached as plugins into the server, and it's really, really cool. So this is Alpha Byte Games here doing doing a review, and it's a really good game, and I highly suggest anyone buys it. So I'm gonna finish up here, and please subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you want to do.